I realised that everyone has already done this video and the Poptimist has actually gathered all of the data, but he did say that we should continue to make videos on this if we so wish. So here I am, I'm doing a tag. This is going to be quite a chilled out video. I don't really have much to say, so if you do want to click off, then I don't blame you. In case you don't already know what the Booker book tag is about, basically it's like an awards tag, kind of like the Goodreads Choice Awards. I will be covering books that I read in 2018 rather than just new releases, so some of these books were released earlier. The first award is Favourite Fiction Book of the Year, and for this I wasn't really sure what to go with. I went for one adult book and one YA book, and they're both contemporaries. The first one is Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I thought this was fantastic. It really, really deserves the hype. I cannot recommend this book enough. I spoke about this in one of my wrap-ups and I will link it above or below so you can go and check out that video if you need to see me raving about it. And then the YA book was A Girl Like That, which I've mentioned in probably nearly every video I've posted this year because it was amazing. It's a debut set in Saudi Arabia. The main character dies right at the beginning and we kind of go back in time and hear about her life and what all these people are saying about her and why they're gossiping and saying these things. There's a lot of Muslim representation and the main character is actually Zoroastrian, which I found very interesting. The next one is Favourite Non-Fiction Book of the Year, and again I've picked two. The first one is This Is Going to Hurt, which I read recently and discussed in a wrap-up. It's written by a man who used to work as a doctor for the NHS. And it's just hilarious. I just thought it was so funny. His like anecdotes and stories from his time in the hospitals were fantastic and brilliantly told. It did make me really sad though about the state of our NHS and how the government is kind of destroying it, so yeah. And then the second one is Sapiens, which is a brief history of humankind. It covers the history of humans from way back in like the predatory days all the way up to now, and then it talks about our future and how we're kind of destroying the planet. The third one is my favourite debut of the year, and that is the exact opposite of OK. To be honest, I had quite a few debut books that I enjoyed, but this one probably stands out because it was very feminist, very funny and very kind of light-hearted while also tackling really difficult topics. So yeah, really enjoyed this one. Number 4 is Favourite Poetry or Short Story of the Year, and I have read neither. I don't really read short story collections because I find it's difficult to get into them, and I often feel like authors either don't put anything into it or they try to pack too much stuff into like 100 pages or less, so it's difficult. And I also don't read poetry really at all, so I'm just uncultured, sorry. Number 5 is Favourite Work in Translation, and I think I've only read Beartown for this one, so Beartown. Favourite comic / graphic novel, and I don't actually think I've read any this year, which is unlike me. I normally fit in a couple out of the hundreds of books that I read, but yeah, I'm not sure I read any at all this year, which is strange. Number 7 is Favourite Author, and that has to be Becky Chambers. I love her, adore her. I discovered her this year. I loved all 3 of her books that I read. I've loved each one progressively more, and then she was also at Yauk and I saw her talk on a panel and she was just so interesting, and she was talking about how her parents were scientists and how she got into like the sciencey side of stuff and decided to write science fiction. And her husband is also a linguist and she is just like goals. Number 8 is your favourite booktube video, and for this one I really struggle because I've recently gotten back into booktube and I've liked so many, but I have to say I really like Books and Lala's like secret videos, you know, where she does like the secret projects like every other month or something, and she suddenly comes out with this thing that she's been working on for like an entire year, and I love those. I think they're really creative and a lot of fun to watch. Number 9 is Favourite New to You booktuber, and again I recently got back into booktube back in February I think. I took a 2-year break. I've been here since 2010, but I hid all of my old videos because I'm self-conscious and I wanted a fresh start, so here we are. So I've actually found quite a few new booktubers and I'm really glad that I came back to the community and found them because they are a lot of fun. 5 of them off the top of my head are Lacey from Lacey D. Bell, Cindy from I think Read with Cindy, everyone knows her, she's blowing up at the moment, her videos are so funny. Ali from Ali Corvair, I think that's her channel name, I can't really remember, but I'll leave links and stuff below. Jess from Jess Reads Books, who is just lovely, and one that I actually only discovered this evening was Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte, which is a pun that doesn't actually work in an English accent, but oh well. I just really like her personality. I think she's really funny. And then number 10 is your favourite book cover, and to be honest, I haven't really put any thought into this at all. I can't think of anything, so I'm just going to go with the book that was next to me, and that is The Poppy War. Yeah, I like it. It's nice. So that's my book tag. I think everyone has done this. If you haven't, then feel free to go ahead and do so and tell me that you've done it because I enjoy watching these videos, and I will speak to you all in my next video. Bye.